welcome to Vodafone Drive into the Big League. This is season 3. This is going to be very, very exciting. This season, each episode, like you've been seeing, will feature 2 business personalities, 2 entrepreneurs, battling it out on this racetrack for a place in the grand finale. So fasten your seatbelts, lots of speed, leadership, business acumen, you'll see it all. And with me today, members of this jury. The first up today, we've got Chris Moss. Chris, what an honor, what a privilege to have you here, Chris. Our second judge on this panel, widely regarded as the father of the BPO revolution in India. A very warm welcome, Raman Roy.
Thank you.
And for a little bit of non-corporate balance, in the true sense, we have a professor. He's been a professor around the world, but now he's back home to teach in IIM Lucknow. A very warm welcome to Professor Arun Kumar Jain. Thank you, sir, for being here. So you've met our jury. Before you meet our entrepreneurs, here's a look at the rule book.
The race consists of 4 laps. Each contestant will be scored on his performance at the end of the race to decide a winner. The contestants must finish every lap within a stipulated time. The winner of today's race will qualify for the grand finale, where the winner stands a chance to get his company's logo on the Vodafone McLaren Mercedes car. Let the race begin.
And in fact, the race will begin. We'll welcome Chairman and Managing Director, Allied Digital Service, Nitin Shah. Nitin, lovely to have you here. Nitin, we begin our show getting to know your company. We call the round Starting Grid. Nitin, in this round, you've got 30 seconds to tell us about your company. It's not for points, but we'll start your 30 seconds telling us about Allied Digital Services now.
Allied Digital Services roots were formed in 1984. I'm the promoter director. And when we started just about 3 people, to now it has reached to 3,000 plus people. And again, another amazing thing that there was just about 100 square feet office that we started with, is now we have an offices not only in India at 148 locations direct presence, but also in USA, UK and Australia. And we have been supporting about 32 countries. There has been a wonderful journey in IT services business of mine, where I got transformed from myself into a good mentor.
Wonderful. Nitin, thank you so much. Wonderful. I know, Nitin, it's difficult to put 29 years in 60 seconds, but now we are set for lap 1. Lap 1 is called On the Fast Track. Nitin, in this 29-year journey, you've had milestones, you've had strategies, you've had a lot to share. We're going to give you 1 minute. 3 judges, 100 points each. We'll be listening in 1 minute. Your time will start now.
I started my journey of business in 1984. Prior to that, I worked for 6 years, and I was supporting mainframe computers. So since 1984, there were 4 different turning points, major turning points in my life. The first one where I was making a lot of money, and up to 1993, but everything was being done by Nitin Shah as a proprietor or an entrepreneur. Then suddenly I became extremely ambitious and then decided to make very big, and I created a vision, mission, values and all that. It went very well, and I was obsessed by in terms of creating a values rather than earning money, which wasn't so important. Then came the third phase, which was a down phase where the entire .com got burst at the time, was very bad. And I created a strategy what not to do and remain focused on certain things that we were very good at. And then decided that let's create a values to wealth. So in 2007, we came out with a maiden IPO. It was 69 times oversubscribed. The journey had completely changed then.
So absolutely stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 and stage 4. You put that in 1 minute. Now, how many points will that get you? It's got you lots of money and lots of kudos, but today it's about points. Chris Moss, you've had Richard Branson as a boss, but today you're the boss. What's your score?
Nitin, I'll give you 65.
Right. From Raman Roy, the father of the BPO revolution in India.
I'll give you 82 for that lap.
Very impressed with the first lap. Whoa! Professor from IIM, Professor Arun.
I'm slightly more impressed than Raman. I'll give you 85.
La la! Your score at the end of that round is 232. Very good. Keep that score in your pocket. As we get into lap 2, we call it winning spirit. Nitin, what according to you is the big league? How will you take your company and leapfrog into that big league? Your time starts now.
For any entrepreneur's journey that you talk about, the initial hurdle comes in terms of the constraint of financial resources, then come the space resources. Today we are into the league that we have a constraint about time. We don't have a luxury of time, and hence we have got to go and keep on growing faster and faster and go to the next league. And for that we are completely prepared and ready in terms of making our back office completely robust in terms of systems and processes in place, and on which the front office is riding, and trying to be very innovative in terms of doing our business, keeping one eye onto what is happening right now and keeping second eye onto the future, what's going to be the next challenge. And with this journey, we have been very innovative. We are ahead of technology curve and been serving our customer the next gen technology. So this journey has been very rapid, and we would like now to go to the next league by going inorganic growth. Also, we have acquired 2 companies, and till now, and we are looking out for a couple of more. Recently, we sold out one of our acquired company where we made 10 times more what we have invested in just about 4 years' time.
Whoa, 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 whoa! That's the story. Chris Moss, international business entrepreneur, is here with us in India. Chris, out of 100 points.
It's a tough one. I understand the systems and the values. I'm still not sure what they are, so I'm afraid I'm still only going to go to 70.
Raman.
Lap 2, I'll give you 75.
All right. Arun, Professor.
You know, I'm hearing the similar vibes when I interviewed Narayan Murthy and Wipro's Premji in the 90s when they were really small companies.
Wow.
85.
Bravo. I don't know whether you're going to be happy with the score, which is 230, which is very, very good, or that line, what you just heard from the professor.
Of course, I'm very happy, and that's the accolades has come from the dignitaries like the judges.
No wonder why you'll make a great race car driver. As we get into lap 3, this is mastering the bends. 300 points at stake. Each of the judges will ask you one question. Chris, question.
It's an interesting market you're in, an incredibly competitive marketplace. And I'm seeing all the other people in there. What is the one thing that stands you out from everyone else?
Direct support to our customers. We don't use any franchisee dealers or resellers. When we give a great taste to our end customers, it's our own people who go and support our customers.
Raman?
Nitin, you spoke about 2 acquisitions, and then you spoke about one of those acquisitions being sold. Tell us what made you acquire that company and what made you decide to sell it?
See, I decided to buy that company because I looked upon those 5 entrepreneurs who were extremely good, and that was a decision before I came with an IPO, and I decided, look, I have to buy this company because of a fantastic team, but they were not able to grow beyond certain level. Allied Digital has taken a journey to quite big into the cloud computing, and we talk about next generation technology, social media, big data. So that's the reason we thought it's not now in strategic with us, and that's the reason.
Site support was not what you wanted to be. You wanted to leverage the cloud.
Correct. So we're in a different league altogether. So we got good money, we sold out.
Thank you. And now, Professor.
What would be your 2 major core competences as of now?
So core competence is to use centrally and use tools and automation rather than people in terms of supporting our customers.
3rd lap over. We go for the score. Chris, score. Lap 3.
Nitin, I'm feeling much more comfortable about where you are, and it sounds like a great success you've got. I'll give you 80.
Wow. Raman.
Well, for lap 3, Nitin, I give you 80.
Arun, Professor.
Instead of 2, you gave me 1 core competence, 82.
Thank you.
Whoa! I can quickly tell you that means 242. And that means after 3 laps, you are 704. 704. We have another entrepreneur coming back, but we'll do that after these messages. You're watching Vodafone Drive into the Big League Season 3 exclusively on ET Now. Well, that first segment was an absolute cracker. Nitin, 704, huge total. Now, can our next champion entrepreneur, can our next player reach 704 or more in 3 laps? Please welcome Director, Innovators Facade System, Rohit Sharma. Rohit, we've had lots of players, lots of successful entrepreneurs, but none of them are as old as you or as young as you. 22. Some would say that, have you actually set this up or is this your daddy's gift? What would you say to them?
I would say both. I got the opportunity, I was lucky, I was blessed. So I would say that, I have to take this from a different platform, like there were people who are unlucky who have started from 0. I've got an opportunity to be at 100. So like I want to take it to 1,000. That's my aim.
May you live your dreams, may all your dreams come true. But for the moment, we are ready for our first lap. We call it Starting Grid. Rohit, we want to get to know you a little better. You've got 30 seconds to tell us about your company, not for points. The jury is listening, so are we all. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Innovators are designers. When you see people, when you see Sabyacha, Sachi and everyone, they make people beautiful. That is what we do. We beautify the building outside. We are into exterior facades. We are a 100 crores firm which has gone up around 10, which has grown up to like which has grown up 10 times within the span of 6 years. My father, who is the owner of the firm and is also the MD of the firm, has had a very different journey.
You're okay. You're young. You're nervous. That's allowed. Now is the real thing. This one is called Lap 1 on the fast track. You got 1 minute to tell us about the milestones your company has reached, the turning points, the ups, the downs, the strategies, all in 1 minute for 300 points. Your time starts now.
Innovators started in 1999. It is a family-based business where Mr. Sharma had few arms, his brother, his wife, and a lot of people helping him out start the business. We were into facades from 1999, but we used to do very small residential towers and everything. But in 2003, that was the turning point when we got the Mumbai airport. We designed the exterior of the Mumbai airport, and that turned the fortunes of the company. Mr. Hafiz Contractor, a leading architect of India, had appreciated our innovators for that. And since then, innovators has just grown up. We had a turnover of 3 crores in 2005, and in 2013, here we stand. It's 112 crores, and without we got the award for the best runners-up for the facade and for the facade contractors of India. We have been striving a lot, and we have been looking for opportunities in this sector. We have foreign investors in our firms.
Okay, you're done?
Yep, sure.
All right, we've got the scores at the end of this lap. Chris.
Well, Rohit, I know that was hard for you. It was a little tough to understand, a bit confusing in places, but I'll give you 55.
Raman, score.
I'll give you 60.
All right, Professor Arun.
Since I deal with very young people all the time, I'll give you some leeway, 63.
Your total score is 178. But don't worry, that's only the early lap. I hope you can make up. As we get into lap 2, which we call Winning Spirit. What is the big league? Can your company, who moved from 3 crores to 112 crores, now go and get into the really big league, 1,000 crores? What are the strategies to get into that big league? 1 minute, 300 points. Your time starts now.
Being a 100 crore firm, I know this is a different stage where the things how we innovators has to deal with. We have taken several steps to move ahead. We have tied up with 2 firms, Suco, which is a very renowned system company, and a JV with Alunasa, which is a Dubai-based firm, which has done a lot of high-rise buildings around like 200 meters and plus. So that gives us a recognition to go and bid for jobs where we never used to qualify. we being a young firm want to take advantage of this opportunity. We want to be market leaders. We want to be the first ones to take this opportunity and get bigger projects. So this is what the company is facing. We are looking for softwares to actually, simply manage a firm which is 1,000 crores and without any difficulty. We know we were small and everything. We had to personally look at all the small details of the projects. But now, when technology is moving ahead and when the world is moving ahead, why should we stay back? This is a very niche market. It is hardly 30 years old, and we have the 20% market share in this industry.
All right, all right. Rohit, you've told us about your dreams. Now let's see if the jury is impressed with the reality. Chris Moss, international entrepreneur.
It sounds as if you've gone on an extraordinary journey. That growth is great, and having that market share quite early is great. So I'm going to give you 65.
All right, 65 from Chris. Now, Raman?
Fascinating. I'll give you 70 points.
Thank you so much.
And Professor Arun?
Yeah, this one was impressive. I'll give you 70.
205, good going. As we come into lap 3, remember the first target for Rohit is 700 at least, because Nitin has already got 700 odd. All right, we get into the round. It's called Mastering the Bends. Rohit, the rules for this are absolutely straightforward. One question each from the judges. You got 15 seconds to answer every question. Here's the first question. It's from Chris Moss.
What's the hardest thing you've ever had to do?
Building the brand. That was a difficult thing because there were no recognized people in the industry. My father was from a village. He grew up and he was the only first engineer from the village, and he had a very difficult time.
Okay. Raman?
Rohit, you spoke about the 10x growth, and you spoke about the success you had at the Mumbai airport. That airport is pretty, and I guess partly because of what your company did. But other than Hafiz contractor being impressed, what contributed to the 10x growth?
We have made almost 14 airports in India. We have been making a lot of recognized buildings and repeated customers. That is what we believe in.
Professor Arun?
I get a feeling that you are a subcontractor to the big daddies of the business.
Yeah.
Is it right?
Yes.
So what is it inside you that allows them to give you subcontracts?
Us having patience and giving them service in spite of the difficult scenario in the market.
Talk about Palonje, talk about L&T. They have their own design firm.
People are very fearful to get into. It is very technical. It is a very technical field where you need expertise, specialization.
Yeah? They have their own.
No, they do not.
Sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. Okay. We got the scores. Here we go. Chris, your scores. Lap 3.
75.
75 on 100. All right. Raman?
Chris always gets it right. I'm going with 75 too.
Okay. Now Chris will say Raman always gets it right. Professor Arun?
Okay. I would have given you 70, but since you cross-talked with me, I will give you 75.
Oh, lovely. Wonderful. 225. Right? But not bad. You are in fact 608. You're 96 points behind with one round worth 200 points to go. We'll be back with our final round in a moment. Welcome back. You're watching Vodafone Drive into the Big League Season 3. Wow, the last two segments we've met two enterprising young gentlemen who have dreamt and nurtured their businesses. Actually, here they are. What's your score, Nitin?
704.
Oh, you remember. And young Rohit?
608.
608 as we get into the final lap. Rohit, you've got some work to do. You're about just just under 100 points behind, but don't let that bother you because we have 200 points at stake. One question on the screen. Here's the question. As a businessman, one thing you are always committed to: employee welfare, value systems, consistency in performance, an eye on the future, or recognition. Nitin.
Yeah, I'm very clear. It's a value systems.
Absolutely clear, it's value systems.
Yeah.
Rohit, what are you going for?
I have the same answer.
Doesn't matter how old you are, but both value systems.
Yep.
All right. Chris.
You've got tremendous growth in your business. You're very strong in the airport sector. What will be the next sector for you if you look to the future?
I'm planning to target the luxury market. There are 3 segments in our industry where we used to be around, the maximum project value which we used to do was around 20-25 CR, one per project. But now we are aiming for nothing less than 35-40. So, that defines, our strength and our values. Our overheads will be less. We will be able to manage things well. We will be able to give them a better quality product.
Raman.
You earlier said you have 3,000 plus employees and multiple offices, including some overseas. Talk to us about the challenge of getting the values understood by a large employee base that is geographically dispersed.
It's not your vision and the strategy which is difficult. The most difficult is to align the people the way you think, to inculcate the culture which you have created within all the people. So of course I do admit it's a big challenge, but then you got to keep on putting huge effort to see that everybody is uniformly thinking the way you think.
Professor Arun from IIM is waiting. He'll give one question. He'll give you one question. I want both of you to answer that. Professor, please.
So can you answer, based on your both of you have chosen value as a core. So what would be your competitive positioning in the next 2 years?
We would like to beat the biggies in our business in the same battle by creating our own strength on their weakness.
Rohit, you're answering second.
I want to be number 1. I want to be the best in India. And for that, I know I was lacking in capital. That is what I was looking forward to, having a partner who would take me ahead, help me out in the capital, and the work will be done by me.
We got the scores for you. Rohit, please, first.
I give you 150.
Now you've already gone ahead of Nitin. Now, how much can you build on that?
I give you 140.
All right. Professor Arun?
I will treat you as a prospective MBA student. I will give you 125.
At the end of the race, you've got 1,023. Well played. 1,023. Nitin, you got to get 320 odd to go ahead. Chris?
Well, it's a difficult one, but I think you did a great job and it sounds like a great company. 165.
Oh, that's off to a great start. Great start, 165. Yes.
I'll go with 160. You did a good job.
160 from Raman. I'll tell you what, even if Arun, the professor, gives you 0, I'm sure he won't, you have already won. Fantastic. Very convincing.
I give you 165.
There you go. Whoa, almost 1,200, 119 something. Fantastic. Well, you can have a crack. Your company logo on the Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes. It may happen if you win the grand finale. But both of you are, in a sense, winners today. So I'm going to invite, on behalf of the jury, Chris to hand over some wonderful prizes from Vodafone Business Services to both of you. Nitin Shah, Ally Digital Service, the winner today. This has been so much fun. Vodafone, drive into the big league. From the entire jury and all the participants and me, Derek O'Brien, thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Till then, goodbye, God bless, and Mera Bharat Mahan.